my name is Alex Vai. I'm born in Germany, in Hamm-Westfalen, called the city. It's next to Dortmund, and there we run a business since 35 years, and we are starting with a modern Indian restaurant. I mean, my father started a long time ago, and 20 years ago, roundabout, I joined him. So after this, I study international economy business, also in Germany. And all this knowledge and the skills which I learned on the university, I got into my business. And I was a little bit lucky that the television, around about 15 years ago, come to us and searching for a cook with Indian roots. And yeah, there I was, and it was just for one movie. And now since 15 years, I'm also in the German television. And round about 20-25 years ago, we starting also to make Indian cooking classes in Germany. We're still the only Indian restaurant or Indian cooking school who do this, like Indian class, but original Indian kitchen with a touch of the Vahi style. This is also why my cooking books call, for example, Vahi, sweet, sour, salty, and spicy. And I also develop spices for a big retail store in Germany. I develop recipes for wholesalers, for supermarkets, for the retail stores. So that means together with the television, I become like a brand ambassador to support my companies with my touch of the Vahi style. And yeah, let's make a short bridge. And some of our friends, they called us and told us, yes, here in Port Andrach on Mallorca, there is a really nice place where you can maybe fit your fantasies, your ideas and something else. And this was more or less the start how we came to Mallorca. And then we get in touch with the landlord, with the owner of the property. We find out a little bit what kind of challenges we will have, we should have, we could have. And yeah, then also we start first, before we sign our contract, to find a name. And it's more hard to find a neutral name and then to put our effort inside and to make the name to a brand, which takes for sure a little bit of time, and the people has first to know what kind of quality we can serve. And our dog calling Oscars, that's now the reason why our restaurant called Oscars. Then we put the letters on a paper, we talk to a designer, please do it like this. And then it was very fast and very quick that we find the decision to call our restaurant Oscars, because it's a nice name. A lot of people from abroad, everywhere in Europe, can pronounce that. It's a short name, and you see the numbers then, and it's very simple to coming out. And yeah, that's why our love to our dog, why we put the name into this restaurant. And now after one and a half year, I think the name of Oscars came to a brand. So which means the people can be sure, doesn't matter what time they come, doesn't matter what kind of food and drink they order, that they will get every time a little piece and a little touch of soul of our Mediterranean crossover cuisine. So, and our menu is not completely fit, so that means we're cooking seasonally. It's also a little kind of challenge to have nice ingredients, good ingredients, to put everything with nice suppliers on a super nice handly menu. Because it's an island, it's very difficult to stay stable with the quality of the ingredients. It was very hard, very difficult, a lot of things we never expect. But this is a life, you don't have guarantee for nothing. And that's also why what we did in the past, and hopefully also doing in the future, that it's very important that you have partners on your side which serves quality. And it doesn't matter if it's like tables, chairs, knives and forks, glasses. We have a lot of sponsorships in different cases, but it's super easy and super important then if you have some nice partners where you know there's also like a touch of quality, a touch of soul, a touch of the branding of the name inside, informed from quality, that you know you never will getting any problems, and in case you will getting problems, they are very open to talk with them, to improve, to increase, maybe also together. And that's also why it was not a long time ago I've been to India to develop together with Ariane Porcelain some new products, maybe together with some other brand ambassadors from around the world. Yeah, to have a partner, hopefully for a long, long life. So we are here right now in the first floor of the restaurant Oscars, and you see here the kitchen which we use for our cooking classes, for our production, and also for events. And this is also, I call a little bit a kind of manufacturing. What we are doing here is because we are cooking everything fresh, and in the morning we have here 1 or 2 chefs. They just prepare everything for the evening business in the ground floor, and in the ground floor we're just sending out all the prepped food. So we have the butter chicken together with the rice, which is for sure also like the sauce is prepped, and we just fry in the pan the chicken and some butter, some oil, and then we just plate it very fast, because in case we have 100, 150, 200 customers in 2 or 3 hours, so we have to do it very, very fast. But we have to do it on point. So, and we need to prepare the food because we have to do it very fast. In case in 2 or 3 hours we're having something like 100, 150 customers, so a big number of fresh cooking in a pressure time. So we have to have it prepared, we have to have a nice plates, and then sending out the food very fast. And here we have now the point Syria, which we use for the butter chicken. Anyway, you can use it for everything, and this is also why we chose for this Syria, because this Syria makes it very, very open to be creative. So you can put side dishes inside, you can use it just for potatoes, for salad or something else. And in this case, that you're understanding, just not focus on like it call, like a salad bowl. You can also use it for any way, any inspiration you have. And in this case, we have the butter chicken. By the way, one of the positive side is we try and we like to preheat our plates, which means we put it, you can put it in an oven, a special oven for hospitality plates, where you can preheat the plates. So why we also choose Ariane Porcelain is because we like to preheat our plates. So that means you can put it in an oven like a hospitality thing, or you can put it under the heater, so which keep the food inside the plate hot, and you can take the time for plating. So here we have the bowl. So we preheat the plate normally, let's say 50, 55 degrees. So not too hot for the service, otherwise they will complain. And the rice is hot, so we put it here on the side. Then we fix it a little bit. So, and why we make it separate? Because we like that the customer choice how they want to mix it together with the butter chicken. Otherwise, the typical style of curry is maybe to put the rice on the bottom and put it with the curry. Here we make it a little bit separate to give the people a little bit the color of the plate. In this case, it's white with the points. And we also like to use a lot of nice toppings seasonally, so you can play with that. So here we have the chicken, nice friedly with a little bit butter. And I told you the sauce is like prepared, which we make every day, completely fresh. So you can see it here, very creamy. So add the sauce. So then you can also play with toppings like you want. Here we have a nice match. By the way, here's also a little bowl. We use it for chutneys and sauce from Ariano. So then we have here some sprouts. So you can see that the plate is shining by themselves, and that's why you can choose every topping. So here you see that. This is a butter chicken. So if you have, for example, like a 3-course menu or let's say Christmas time, Sylvester time, to make it a little bit more shiny, you can also use, for example, another plate for service to make it a little bit easier. But this plate has a nice weight for the service, a nice size, which you can choose by yourself. Yes, and this is how we serve our original Indian butter chicken. Okay, so here we have tuna tataki, so one of our most selling dishes here in Oscars, mainly in the high season time. So here we have the tuna tataki together with one white and black sesame, shortly in the pan, high heat, 20-25 seconds, that's it. It comes together with trampo vegetables. It's a typical Mallorquin vegetables together with chickpeas, some herbs, for sure spices, onions, tomato and paprika cubes. And then we have here a nice soya sauce together with a little bit kind of lemon, balsamico, salt, pepper, soya sauce, a little bit of mustard to make them a little bit like thick. And for this dish, we have here, because we are directly here at the harbor, at the sea, we have here the leer. So that's why for this dish, because we are here directly at the harbor, at the sea, we chose the leer collection, which you can also have a little bit flat. Here we have like a little upper side, so you can, and the heaviness of the plate is also very nice. So, and now I show you how to plate the tuna tataki. So more or less everything is marinated, so I just have to mix it a little bit. And this is also what we do for sure, the chickpeas, the cubes of the vegetables, everything is more or less ready to rumble. So when the commander comes inside, we just have to mix them to make, let's say, a dish more or less in 2 minutes. This is the time we have. But for sure, the people and our customers, they have to have the feeling that we invest time into plating and not just like put it on and that's it. Yes, the food is tasty, but the people love to play together with our toppings, and the plates are super, super important for the dishes. These are not my words. So that means for sure the plating is one of the most important thing together with nice and sexy food, because in this time the waiter go to the table, serve it. It's like, aha. So we open the tuna tataki a little bit, also for the presentation. The customer can directly check if the point is done, and I think yes, it's done. So both sides 25 seconds. So then we have here some sprouts, the nice sauce. It's like a marinade just for the topping. It's a little bit sweet, sour, spicy. This called mango caviar. Also a little bit for the color. And if you eat the caviar, you will feel that you have a little kind of crunch. So I put here some sprouts on this side. Here we have also prepped hummus. So it's like a different way to serve the chickpeas. So this one we add a little bit of pepper. So, and when you have everything prepped and you have a dish and it looks like, I don't know, 5 minutes, somebody invests the time. But for plating in the service, when the restaurant is full, more or less we have, let's say, 15 to 20 seconds. So we have a basilicum oil, also a little bit on the side to support a little bit more the plate of the color. So, and this is how we serve the tuna tataki in 2 minutes. One of our favorite starter called avocado tartare. So the ingredients are for sure fresh mango, fresh avocados, tomato, but just the meat. And yeah, this is how we put them now together on the Mohenjo-Daro collection. And here we have a plate which is a little bit more higher, which make it a little bit more impressive when we serve this. Everything what goes higher on the table makes the plate like more wow and beautiful. And we want to give the people with the starter a nice introduction with the first impressive starter for the coming soon menu. So here we have the marinated, prepped avocado, mango, tomato avocado tartare. And here we have prepared cut avocados. So this is how we serve it normally, and stays in the fridge with a little bit of lemon, that you don't have the oxidation. And these are the toppings. And yeah, super simple. We start right now. So, and you can decide yourself if you put, for example, this circle of avocado tartare in the middle or on the side. It depends on how monk you are or not. So let's do it and put it at the little bit like on the corner. So in this time we can also add the avocado here. So in what we are doing, we also put now the ring on the avocados, push it a little bit. Zack. And now you can see that we put the ring inside the cutted avocado, put it a little bit on the corner to have a, let's say, not a typical symmetry. So to not make everything like regular. And this kind of collection from Ariane Porcelain makes it super, super easy and simple to play with all the ingredients on the plate. So now we remove the tartare. So here we have some potato stripes, which we deep fried before. And you see now what I told you, that we take now the plate which goes a little bit higher. And when you now have ingredients which support the corner a little bit to go also higher from the middle to the upper side, makes it more impressive. So then you can also add some fresh mangoes here on the side to play with the ingredients which we also put in the tartare, and marinate it also a little bit with my style of putting spices inside. Means salty, sour, spicy. You can also play a little bit with bitterness like the skin from lemon or orange or something else. So open mind. So here you can go again a little bit higher. So you can make little points if you want, like little drops. A little bit salt and pepper. So, and here we have some fruity mango caviar. Here we go. A super simple, very fast, nice preparation of avocado tartare. So, and for this plate we have around about 45 seconds, I think, till the commander comes inside. Here we have the Iris Grey collection, and we choose the square plate. So there are different kind of reasons why we choose this plate or this plate. For example, we have also like square tables in our restaurant. So, and if somebody order a menu, so we try to give them every time the feeling, hey, here's something new. Not too much, not too less. This is a combination because we have a lot of customers. They're coming 1 time or 2 times in the week. So we have different customers and different demands. Depends on the time, if we have winter time or we have summertime. So the people come around the world, and we just have to give them the feeling that we also take care of the season. So, and here we have now dessert. It's a combination of choco cake, mango cake, cheesecake, and half-frozen panna cotta. And here we have also the different kind of toppings, and you see we also try to play also with the shape and the color. So which means here we have more or less a very clear and neutral plate, which has also like a little bit brown, and we have also tables with original wood inside, that it makes more or less sense. The people has to get the feeling that they're getting impressed in 1 second, and it's not working automatically. So you have to cheat the people on the positive way. So let's start first with the cheesecake. So, and here we have homemade, let's say, tomato marmalade, or make it very simple. You can also tell it's like a kind of ketchup. So you can start with this. Put the cheesecake on it. So now we have the middle point in the square plate. Some pistachio. Here we have the choco. So we change also here the colors, and let's make choco and mango. So here we have the panna cotta parfait. So you see, you have also the possibility to play a little bit and to let them fall, like it looks like it happened when you played it. So here we have a frozen form. So some mango on the mango cake, some mango on the choco cake. And now you have to take a little bit care that it's not going to be too much. But a dessert can be a little bit more playful. That's a good thing. So that means by the dessert, more is more. So some fruits. And now I try to not overload the plate, but I try to show you how the plate getting the touch of the colors, with also a different color of cake what we have. So we put some beetroot juice inside and bake it in the oven. So, and then you can see it's like a big garden of different colors of the season, of the ingredients what you get, and everything served on a nice square natural plate from Ariana. So why I chose Ariane Porcelain for our restaurant here on Mallorca, called Oscars. There are a big collection of different styles, different types, high level, natural, white, the different colors. You can play a lot and develop new recipes together with the employees, what you have. So it's never getting boring. And the next thing is also what we have to look for is the weight of the plate, that you have a kind of heaviness, which means it looks like quality and it feels like quality. When you also touch the plates, which is also super important, that all the plates has like a different type of touches when the customers also get in touch with the plates. Another reason why we chose for Ariane Porcelain is the stress test in hospitality, restaurants, kitchen. So which means I think you see that everywhere, that you have every time scratches and chips on the plate. And you can trust me, I can tell you, I have a lot of collection of Ariane Porcelain, different types, different plates, and the quality is every time the same. I just have not one even plate with any scratches or any chips on the plate. So furthermore, you can also play with our interior design. You can, if you change, for example, your tables, your decoration, or maybe also the uniforms, you can play a little bit, and you can work super seasonally. So you can give the customers every time the feeling that we also develop new recipes, and not maybe to build not a completely new house, but maybe to give every time the customers a feeling that there is something new, new inspiration. And maybe you know it at home when you put maybe the plants and the couch on the right side and maybe a new carpet, it looks directly completely fresh. And this kind of freshness Ariane support in every different type of collection. Furthermore, in the hospitality you have a different demand of quality. So it's not means the heaviness, the scratches, and also the chips. So when we put our plates inside an industry hospitality dishing washer, it's not losing the color. For sure, no recipe what we have has a special plate. So we try also to change sometimes the recipe with the same food and with a different type of plate. But for the next 3 or 4 months, and we are right now in the main season, so we choose for this plate because the starter is the first impression on the customer on the table. And if you see here, the round is a little bit more higher, and the avocado tartare with the toppings is also a little bit higher. It makes it a lot of impress. And the colors is also a little bit blue inside because of the sea. There's a little bit brown inside because of our wood tables. And then we support also what kind of ingredients we put inside the avocado tartare we use for the toppings. The Lear collection we choose for sure of the color. Seafood at the sea, at the harbor, together with a blue color, and this plate makes absolutely sense for seafood. So it doesn't matter if this any kind of fish. It's a perfect match. So in this case, we choose for a plate which is a little bit here higher and here more flat. You can see that the blue color goes a little bit into the white with brown freckles, which is also very nice. It's not too much and not too less. And for sure, this plate must have not 100% because it's your decision in the end and your inspiration, but seafood and Lear collection, it's a perfect match. To serve curries, doesn't matter what kind of curries, is a little bit complicated. So because I know that not even because of my roots, but how to cook curries, how to serve curries is a little bit complicated. So sometimes you have restaurants, they serve the rice separate and the curry separate, or the rice on the bottom, the curry on the top, which means you mix it too much together. But in this case, the collection of Point makes it very easy for me, because in this case we chose to put the rice on the left side and the curry here on the right side. So we have a nice sharing plate. And for sure, you can also play a little with the toppings. So the white together with the white point plate and the curry, the yogurt and the sprouts makes it super simple, super easy for the servers, and the customer can, in this case, can decide how they mix together the rice with the butter chicken. The dessert collection, what we have right now, it's iris gray. We choose for a square plate which has natural colors inside and a little bit bigger, because the dessert is the end of the menu. So, and a nice big plate, a little bit flat, because you can also play with the ingredients and go a little bit ahead, is perfect for, let's say, for the end of the menu. And you can also, what we know here, the customers like to share desserts. You can put more inside, you can put less inside, you can put it in the middle with 2 spoons and the people can share. And what is also super sexy, the plate is very heavy, which you have in every different collection.